Hey folks, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. Last time we were continuing work on our mall here and made some good progress. We got set up with this production chain for engines, which is now churning away quite happily. Handily. I tried to say both and only got one out. I think we're done with this depot, and now we're kind of in an interesting situation. A lot of the end of this kind of chain of buildings requires hundreds and hundreds of these engines, so we need to give this time to run. We do have a swarm threatening in the near future. We're only at 80%, so they haven't been that hard to deal with either. I think we're okay for the time being. Let's see, what's this recipe? This is not going to take very many engines, so we can get this set up and running. I think we've set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600. 600 copper ingots for the missile set. That could produce 50, and I guess we stuck in 300 circuit boards, so we'd need 200 combustible units and 100 engines. Let's grab a full 200 here, and let's double up here so we get 100 missile sets produced. So 200 engines, and then 400 combustible units. Is that right? Do I have 400 combustible units? I do not. Okay.
Flight mode.
Combustible unit, I think, is another one we can set up here. Just grab all these, why not?
Flight mode.
All right, let's put in, let's see, it's, yeah. So we put in 200 of these, which means we need 400 combustible units. Like so. We are going to need another, if we want to double this. So 200 engines, 400 combustible units, 600 circuit boards we need. Let's see if those are available. They are. Okay. We already put in 300, so we'll stick another 300 in. And then we're going to need another 600 copper, I think. That should produce a large amount of what we need here for these missile sets. Yeah, another 600 copper should do it.
Flight mode.
It's, I'm feeling a little bit muted right now in my delivery just because it's pretty early in the morning as I'm recording this. So I'm not, like, fully up and involved yet in the world, if you like. If you put it that way, if you want to put it that way. But we can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there's our combustible, there's our missile set production. Got some combustible units here. Now what do we need these for? We need a bunch of these for this chain, right? This is producing the missile turrets. Given what we're producing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 800 steel in there. So we will need 600 missiles. It's going to be a while before we get that produced. Let's take the first stack of 200. Yeah, we'll take the first stack of 200. We'll just try to remember that we're going to need another 400 in here to balance out this recipe. But let's get those producing. Okay, so with that, we've sort of got everything running. What else could we put down that we don't have? Let's see. I think we're fine for buildings. I don't need implosion cannons or battlefield analysis bases. I think we're set over there. There's plenty of this, items, however, that we don't have set up yet. And I don't know whether we, like, need them or not. Microcrystalline components. We should maybe bring over. I guess as we start kind of working our way through more of this, we'll come back here and add more rows. I am worried about how narrow this is getting, but it shouldn't stop us from, like, going... We can get, like, another, I don't know, maybe a dozen more boxes in here before we run out of space entirely. The other thing I could do is bang a right here. Like, we'll fill in a couple and then bang a right and start going that way. Could work. Let's see. So, we don't have energetic graphite. I don't know if we need it. We don't have organic crystals or a lot of this stuff. Electric motors we have, prisms we have. I think we're kind of good for now. Oh, what is this? Electromagnetic turbines? Made with... Maybe we build something here for that, just to get us started. I do think... Let's see. We have plasma exciters. We can bring foundation over. Maybe we just bring foundation over and kind of leave it at that. And move on to other things and say we're sort of done with the mall for now. I think that's fine. And just for the sake of balance, we'll throw the foundation here on the building side, even though it's an item.
Flight mode.
All right, let's go snag a bunch of foundation. Actually, let's grab a bunch of steel so that we can replenish the foundation we're about to take. Let's grab all this.
Flight mode.
All right, so we'll plug steel into this chain over here. And we'll take all the foundation. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing now we don't really need a depot for foundation because we can hold so much of it. So maybe we don't need a depot for that. All right. Well, at this point, I'm going to call them all done for now. We've put 2 full episodes of work into it, and we've got a lot of really nice kind of availability here for all the stuff we need to kind of do whatever it is we want to do for manual crafting. I feel good about it. I feel like that's a pretty solid foundation for the future. So moving on, we're sort of done with the mall for now. What that means is we need to get back to focusing on the other thing we said we were going to work on, which was fixing this red cube production. We do need to get into yellow cube production soonish. But speaking of red cubes, what can we actually research here? Let's activate anything we actually can research before we hit that wall with the yellow cubes that we need. Let's just get this going. So we're not wasting, we're not wasting anything. Okay, queues are full. So, red cube production. Now, right now we've got this kind of crummy, inefficient production chain that's kind of okay. It's making the graphite and the hydrogen we need. The... what is it? It's excited. Energetic graphite and hydrogen. And we're burning off excess fuel. But it's not really that good of a recipe. And we have something new. So let's consider what that looks like. There's a new recipe here for X-ray cracking at the refining facility. So this takes the output of the refiner, which is making... yeah, it's making 2 refined fuel and 1 hydrogen. And the new recipe uses the inverse of that. 1 refined hydrogen, or rather 1 refined oil and 2 hydrogen to make 1 energetic graphite and 3 hydrogen. And what's this recipe? This is 2 and 2. So maybe that's not super what we want. Maybe that cracking isn't exactly what we want, because we're getting it. We're getting 1 hydrogen and 2 refined oil. We can turn the 2 refined oil into 1 energetic graphite, or 2 energetic graphite and 6 hydrogen. Then we're going to have a lot of excess hydrogen, and I don't know that we're increasing our output of graphite. Energetic graphite. This is just turning coal into the energetic graphite. So, like... okay. So I think if we set up 1 cracking station, we'll have all the hydrogen we need. And then we can just... so yeah, we can do... I think we tear all this down and rebuild it to produce first the hydrogen using the cracking, and then we can have a long string of production for graphite from the coal. I think that's okay. I think we rebuild this. I think this is actually going to be our first teardown here. What is this? A Gauss turret? Okay. So we've got the full output of the oil extractor here and a bunch of coal coming out. I think we are going to tear this down and rebuild, because I think this is not a great setup, and we don't really super need all this research right away. We need to get our red cube production fixed. So let's start tearing things down. The good news is this all goes into our inventory, so we have it available. Can I drag the delete? No, I can't. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna tear it all down. And we are going to rebuild it. So I can shift right click in build mode to get this guy to go where I want him. Yeah, all of this is coming down. This is my first big dismantle for this playthrough. I really haven't done a lot of it. I've kind of been okay with just allowing things to be spaghettified or whatever. But this... there are too many items in the depot. Okay. That's coal. Alright. Get rid of this. Yeah, this is just too crummy and inefficient and bad, and it's wasteful, so just gonna get rid of it all. come back to that coal depot later. Okay, that clears everything out. So now let's go see if we can't get started here with something handy, something dandy. Let's go build the oil refinery stuff closer up, and we'll get into the cracking. Okay, so I have made a mistake in that I've deleted my power transport. Let's get some some wireless towers going here. Let's see, how far will you reach? Oh, you'll reach quite a long way. I don't like that the line is off, so we're gonna we're gonna just quickly rebuild this a little bit. I want it to be right along the latitude line here. That's fine. Oh, and then I've got another problem here. In terms of, well, you know, that's okay. Okay, so now we're connected up. Let's...
When out of the building range, hold Shift and click the right mouse button on the ground to move the mecha.
Let's fix this. Okay, that looks good. I would also like to fix this one. If I can. Sorry, I'm trying to correct some belts which have just slightly uneven lines to them. For those of you listening but not really watching the video. Somebody commented on that to me and I said, okay, I gotta stop saying this and that, or these and those. Because they're asking me to do that for them, so I'm doing my best. There is a little weird little kink there, but... Oh no, that's just because there's no items on it. Okay. So, here's our oil facility. I think we start producing... So ultimately with the oil, we want to produce hydrogen for use in making the red cubes, right? That's what we want. We don't really need... Yeah, we have insufficient power, so that's one thing we can think about. You know what we could do?
Flight mode.
We could put down some temporary thermal plants over here. Because I was always going to turn this into power. The combustible unit stuff was always going to be turned into power, but I wanted to get the Assembler Mark II upgrades first. Seems like that's still quite a ways off. So let's throw down some power over here. We have a bunch. Let's go to thermal power plants. What do I have? 8 of these? Okay. So what's the right way to do this? I can't remember if these guys can trade items to each other or not. I think they can. Let's just set these down like so. And let's see. So if I feed some thermal power into these, can I connect these then with sorters? Looks like it. Let's see if this actually works. I think I did that in reverse. Yeah, because I'm coming out of the depot. I did that in reverse. All right. Okay, delete all those. And try again. So I don't know how many per... Okay, let's think about this. The thermal power plant produces 2.16 megawatts. It has an 80% energy efficiency. And then a combustible unit has 9.72 megajoules. So I don't know how many they can consume per minute, but it can't be that many. I think for a chain of 5 like this, we should be able to, like 90 per second should be more than enough. All right, let's connect these up with sorters. And then we'll just get an itty bitty conveyor belt. That should start feeding in combustible fuel. Okay, how many are you? I can't quite tell. It is burning this, so that's good, and it's generating power for me. $2.16 megawatts. How long is that taking? All right, hold on. So start at 41 seconds. Stop at 48 seconds. So something like 10 per minute. Because that was like somewhere between 6 and 7 seconds, I think. So 10 per minute seems about right. Which means... How many are we producing right now? 15 per minute? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 90 per minute that we're producing. And we're consuming maybe 10 per minute. So we could afford 4 more. And we'd still probably not... We'd not eat into our extra here. But how is that for the grid? What is that doing? See, now we're at like well over 100% sufficiency on the grid. So these 5, I guess, were all I needed. Let's not worry too much about trying to be perfect here with these, because I'm gonna replace those later anyway.
Dark fog cluster is launching an assault.
Oh, the dark fog cluster's coming. Okay. Well, let's go destroy them real quick. Oh yeah, here we go. Here they come. Let's not let them get to our buildings. I do note, if I go into combat mode, I can kind of like... I can like manually target these things. Let's pick up everything. Dark fog drops. Pick up all. Click on the icon to set if that item will drop after the dark fog has been defeated. What? Deuterium drop. Okay, where is the litter then? I don't quite follow these drops and how they work. Automatically pick up or ignore. Pick up all. Okay. Pick up all. So did I pick up everything? I guess. Oh, I have a bunch of crude oil here for some reason. Distribution system switch. Okay, all right. Let me delete this oil. I did pick up some stuff, but I don't quite follow what happened there. I was trying to understand it, but it's a little bit opaque, I guess. Don't need you, don't need you. I don't need any hydrogen, thank you very much. So I don't know what I picked up. depots, storage tanks. Yeah. Bit confusing, the dark fog drops and pickups and stuff. We can see here stuff that I've littered. That can all be deleted. Okay. Let's go back to what I was doing, which was thinking about how to use the oil, right? Because we want to get that X-ray cracking thing going. We want to be efficient in our production of hydrogen for the red cubes. So I think we'll use maybe this space over here. And we'll try to work that out to produce hydrogen. And then we'll send another line maybe down here along with... So we might not actually need the line of oil here. Actually, I don't think we do. This is going to need to be a line of something else, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. So let's get rid of the oil line here. I don't think we need it. Did that finish? Okay, that's done. Yeah, let's not waste time on it. Let's all right, so let's just use this area then for production of... Oh, does this destroy trees too? Oh, fantastic. Look at that. I can just very quickly destroy all these trees. Of course, I'm burning through foundation here, but I'm fine with that. Okay, so we're gonna take crude oil and this X-ray cracking thing we can make in the chemical facility. Is that where we make it? Through the catalytic action of hydrogen gas, the refined oil is subjected to X-ray radiation, leading to its cracking and yielding an increased quantity of hydrogen, as well as a byproduct, energetic graphite. Okay. The main thing we're looking for here is the hydrogen. So we will need... Let's start with one refinery, right? Let's just start there. We'll build one refinery. So that's a production facility. Oh, we have a fractionator. All right, let's start with an oil refinery. That's the easiest way to start. We're gonna have to learn how this recipe works, and then probably figure out how to build what we actually want. But let's go ahead and throw some oil in this, and you are gonna make... Oh, we have an X-ray cracking recipe here, so we're gonna need another refinery to take the output. So crude oil turned into hydrogen and refined oil, right? Let's start there. Okay. So you're going to... We need a sorter here to take crude oil and stick it into the refinery. Okay. Now this is not powered yet. So this is going to produce... Let's see. What is this recipe? So every 4 seconds, it's going to produce 2 refined oil. So it'll produce 30 refined oil per minute. And then we're going to feed that into another refinery, which will do the X-ray cracking thing. So put down a second refinery.
Insufficient materials.
Right next to it, I guess. Like so. Can I have this close? Will that work? Can I do a sorter here? I can, but then I won't have space to remove the other output. Well, I guess I can get the other output from this side. This should be fine. Okay. So you are going to send over refined oil. And then you are going to do this other recipe we have. X-ray cracking. Oh, but you need hydrogen as well, don't you? So that means we're going to have way more refined oil than hydrogen. Still, we're still going to have this problem. But maybe we can loop things in, because this is going to produce a lot of hydrogen. All right, welcome back. I cut the video there because I spent about half an hour confusing myself trying to get this built and screwing up and tearing down and starting over again. I think I've got the plan now. So let's see if we can figure this out. We're going to take 3 refineries. So we need to leave a little bit of room for output. I think we'll do something like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this middle one is going to produce 2 refined oil and 1 hydrogen. That's where we'll start. We'll send 1 refined oil to each of these guys who are going to do the other recipe, the X-ray cracking recipe. So we'll use connectors and we'll send refined oil 1 to each. So we're producing 2 refined oil and 1 hydrogen. So we've used up all the refined oil. Now we'll send 1 of the 1 hydrogen we're producing over here. So this will send over the 1 hydrogen. Okay, so now we're consuming everything from the middle refinery. This guy needs 2 hydrogen and 1 refined oil and produces 3 hydrogen and 1 graphite. So he's going to produce 3 hydrogen, but he needs 1 of those back in order to complete the recipe. So let's build a conveyor belt like this for now. We'll output. Oh, I think I need these the other way. I think I need these reversed. All right, hold on. So I need these the other way around so that the output is on the front. Let's go ahead and do that. So oil refinery, we'll turn it around like this. There we go. That looks right. Okay. So you're going to output refined oil. All right, so you're going to output refined oil. You're going to output hydrogen. You're going to output refined oil. Okay, so once again, we're consuming everything here. This is going to need another hydrogen from itself, and will output 2 hydrogen and 1 graphite. Right? Right. So we're going to need 3 connectors here. 1, 2. So we're going to output the 3 hydrogen, pull 1 of them back in to complete the recipe. So you're going to output hydrogen. You're going to intake hydrogen. So you're now gonna, your excess output is going to be 2 hydrogen and 1 graphite. Let's get another belt going. You're going to be the energetic graphite. There we go. So this is now outputting 2 hydrogen and 1 graphite. The 2 hydrogen we're going to need over here. So we'll input the 2 hydrogen. We'll input 2 hydrogen here. Then we'll output 3 hydrogen. So you're going to take in the hydrogen output here and put out your own hydrogen output. So this line should be putting out 3 hydrogen and 1 graphite. So if I've got this set up correctly, we should have 2 graphite and 3 hydrogen on this line as outputs. And everything else should be used up. So let's say we had a matrix lab. What does that need for red cubes? It needs 2 and 2. And we're getting out of this line 3 and 2. So we're going to actually have excess hydrogen here. We're going to have 1 extra hydrogen. What are we going to do with that? Probably burn it off, I guess. What's the right way to do this? We need... We need a splitter to take in the hydrogen and send off the excess to be burned. Right? Yeah, I think we need a splitter here with a priority on it. So let's temporarily delete this. Let's throw down the splitter. Which one do we want here? I think that's fine. So then this belt goes into this and then comes out of here like this. And then we have our matrix lab probably right here. And we have our sorters connecting everything up. Collides with other object. Does this need to be 1 longer? I think so. And then... Okay. So this will take 2 hydrogen and 2 graphite off the line. And I'm not sure about the efficiencies yet. But then we're going to have 1 extra hydrogen that we're going to have overflow on with this setup. So let's send that. I guess for now we'll do we want to put it in a depot, or do we just want to burn it off? Do I have a thermal power plant available? I do, but I can't fit it in here. Okay. So let's just, I guess, what's the right way to do this with the excess? Probably just take it up and over onto another line and then combine these later. So let's do something like that. Let's take from this. Oh, look at that. I didn't know it would do that. It'll actually auto raise it over this belt. That's fantastic. I don't actually need to like manually do it. Look at that. That's okay. That's a game changer. And then we can just place down our thermal power plant to burn it off, I guess. We might want to combine these lines. I'm not sure whether... All right. Let's throw a... Well... All right, let's add another line here. We'll add like 1 more vertical here, just in case. I'm not sure how the T-junction will work with other versions of this. So let's add 1 more. Then let's send it over this way. So we'll send all the hydrogen down here. That'll let us build another one of these if we've got this working correctly, I think. And then for now, let's just dump it into a depot. That'll be fine. We can get 3 depots high for now, and then figure out what we actually want to do with this stuff later. Okay, so if we power this all up, let's figure out the numbers here. This is going to produce... All right, so this will output 40 refined oil per minute. 20 going in here, 20 going here. So this will take in 20 oil per minute. And... oh, it won't use it all, will it? This will use 15 oil... well, have I got this right? This will use 15 oil per minute? So we're still gonna have too much, I think. Yeah, no. It'll produce, because it'll do 15 recipes, so it'll produce 30 oil. So 15 to each side. So these, yeah, we'll consume everything here. And then we're doing 15 recipes per minute. And the output, the total output is, what did I say? 3 hydrogen and 2 energetic graphite. 15 times per minute. So we're using 2 and 2, so this will do 30-30. So yeah, we're going to be producing 30 hydrogen and 30 hydrogen and 30 energetic graphene per minute. We're going to be consuming 20 of those. So another one of these setups will support 3 cube production facilities, I think. Let's try to set that up. Let's do that. So let's Control C this. Grab all of this. Not sure that's right. I think that's right. Let's use that now. And let's make another one of these. We'll leave a little bit of space here. Collide with other object. What is it colliding with? Press Shift plus Enter to force the correct elements to be built. Okay. Let's come over here and see what this looks like. What am I missing then? What's not done? This one connector here. I think that's the only thing that didn't work. I think when we copied the blueprint, we got the belt as well, maybe. But that's fine. We can connect this up. Okay. So now, do I just throw this on? Do I connect these on? I guess it should be fine. We'll have two extra of each type of object coming along this line, but maybe that's okay. Let's just connect it up for now and see. So all told, that should support 3 of these.
Mineral depleted.
Should support 3 of these. And they're all making the red cube. I think this is right. Let's find out. We are going to have to figure out what to do with the extra hydrogen, but let's just turn it on and see if it works. Let's do something like that. And then another one here. And then we need some in the front as well. Let's see if this works the way I think it will. So he's producing extra hydrogen and then consuming it to run the recipe, but then the overflow's coming along. That's fine. Getting a little bit of extra hydrogen already. Now the splitter, hold on, we need to set the priority. Now how do I... Left click to prioritize outfeed. There we go. So now we've prioritized the splitter as well. So this whole setup should power all three of these for producing red cubes. And it's really only consuming a little bit of the oil. So I think that's an efficient setup to produce red cubes and a little bit of extra hydrogen. This is not powered, so that's a problem. It's not producing a lot of this. Let's see. Instead of doing it this way, let's just put a thermal plant here and see if that burns off enough. Or if we need to chain more than one. Let's get a power plant here. And then we'll put a sorter here. And we will need a starter tower as well. Can this burn off enough hydrogen to prevent this from backing up? Let's see. We'll have to give it some time, but I think this is working. So we could continue this crude oil line and build another setup of these. We could build this whole thing as a blueprint, I think. And so we're definitely producing red cubes. We need to get those over to the science lab, though. So for right now, let's do maybe a temporary line here. Let's do something like this. Can't do that. All right. What about this? We can bring it along like here. Where do we actually need to bring it to? This is the research cube stack over here. Okay. Hold on. We actually need to do the output as well. I think this is working. I think this is right. Where do we actually want to feed this in? To this depot right here, right? Okay. Let's see if we can make that happen. I think we have to go around. That looks right. Okay, so we've got that set up. Let's head back over and just take a quick look at whether or not we're burning off enough hydrogen. We are not burning off enough hydrogen. We need another thermal power plant here to manage the load. Let's get that going. Let's see. Will that burn enough to eat up the excess hydrogen? It does seem like this is now working. Let's see. This is producing 10 cubes per minute. It's working at 100%. And that's the top one, so the others should be working as well. Yeah, we're now producing 30 red cubes per minute. And I think we do need to burn off even more hydrogen than this. Yeah, because this is backed up. And I can't tell. Let's see. We've got 3, 4 hydrogen here.
Research complete.
4, 4, 4. Are we? Yeah, we're starting to back up on hydrogen, so we need more. We need to burn more. We need to burn more quickly. Let's get another thermal power plant then, or 3. Let me change the way this works. We'll send. No, that's fine actually. Let's get a little line here, something like that. We'll take more from here and put it on this. Oh, we can't. Dang. What about if I... What about from here? No. Okay. Deflection's too much. Okay. Let me see about... If I put it there, can this work at all? Like from this one? That one works. Okay. Let's build another one of these. We'll take from here into there. That works. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. For some reason, that's a collision. Oh, lack of item. Hold on. Well, let's get this connected up. This episode's going really long, but I want to get this done before I finish. I'm out of thermal power plants. I need to craft a couple more.
Insufficient materials.
Interesting. Okay. Let's actually move that up as well.
Replication complete.
Okay. And there's no reason we can't take from here. Directly into there. And then pull from here to here. Now that's interesting. It's not actually... Oh, for some reason it won't take the hydrogen from the middle here. Okay, so we can't do it that way. We need a T-junction. I don't actually know if this can be done. Okay, we can do like this. No, that breaks it. That's no good. Let's put this back the way it was. Okay, that's feeding those two. How am I gonna do this? Like this, I guess? Can I make that work? Like, that definitely works. But then can I also pull from here to here and from there to there? Okay, that works too. Okay, all right. So now we're burning more. Still seems like it's not quite. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's watch for a second. Let's give it a minute here. Are we burning enough to stop it from overflowing, or from overflowing? Yeah. It seems like 4 is enough. It does seem like 4 is enough to burn off this excess hydrogen. It's not even that much. It's like 30 per minute. Something around there. Yeah, these 4 are enough to burn this all off. So, wow, a pretty involved setup just to make 30 red cubes. This episode has gone insanely long. I'm gonna have to call it there. I feel like I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. But we're using barely a fraction of the oil coming out here, and this is a pretty involved setup. There might be a slightly better build for how to burn off the hydrogen. But the good thing is we're efficiently producing 30 red cubes per minute. And that is being sent over here for research. I think we're using more than we're producing, so we're gonna want to do more. We're gonna want to produce at least one more setup like this to produce another 30 red cubes per minute. It's very involved, though. The good news is I can use a blueprint. I think we move these up here so that this is more compact. And then we start building this way to produce more red cubes. But like I said, we're going to have to stop there. This has just gone on insanely long. This X-ray cracking thing is very difficult to understand and set up correctly, but I think I've got it now. And we are producing extra hydrogen, which we're burning off. The other thing, actually, now that I think about it, we have coal. So instead of burning it off, we could combine it with coal. If I can figure out how much per minute we're producing, I combine it with coal, making graphite, or energetic graphite, to make more cubes. So we'll come back next episode and we'll toy around with this some more. And then moving forward, we've got graphene, we've got assembler Mark II, and then we've got yellow cube production to figure out. So look forward to all of that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm not quite sure how long it ended up running, but I think it's almost an hour now. So we'll call it there, and we'll be back next time with more Dyson Sphere program. Until then, I'll say it one more time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.